the channel. Robert Kesakos is your usual suspect. Welcome back to yet an impromptu broadcast on your favorite football channel. Being honest, I should have come a little earlier, but I was away traveling when the news came in that Diego Jota had passed on, which is quite sad news. So that's what we're going to be discussing in just a bit. So it's really sad news coming in today about the passing on of Diego Jota. There, the Liverpool star, only at the age of 29, which is quite really unfortunate. You wouldn't really want to wish death on anyone, and I think, but ultimately, given the age profile and everything that lies in between, I think this is an absolute shocker. Not that at any age it wouldn't be a shock, but the player does pass on in a tragic accident. It was a fatal accident that claimed his life, and it wasn't alone because there were two people in a car. He was with his brother. So welcome back to the Football Tribe UG channel. Robert Kesakos is your usual suspect, and I'm here to bring you the latest or to talk about the latest news, which is really sad news regarding the passing on of Liverpool star Diego Jota, who has passed on leading into this morning because he was involved in he was involved in a tragic car accident in Spain. That's where he passed on from, and I mean, it doesn't get any worse or any more sad than this, because it's a huge loss, and not just to Liverpool, not to just the Portuguese national team, but to the football fraternity as a whole. I mean, it's not every day you get this kind of news in the world of football, but unfortunately, as much as we hate to see it happen, it's one that tends to happen from time to time. So there you have it. It has been confirmed that Diego Jota, the Liverpool and Portuguese national team forward, has passed on at just the age of 28. He was involved in a fatal car accident. Apparently, when the car got the accident, he was with his brother, age 26, who was also a professional footballer, playing in the lower ranks of a professional football in Portugal. And upon the accident happening, the car did catch fire, and eventually there were no survivors. Apparently, even the surrounding vegetation did catch fire as well. So that's the report. Diego Jota losing his life at only the age of 28. What is most saddening of all things is that he had only been wedded for 11 days. 11 days ago, he had fully wedded his wife and mother of his 3 children. So he did survive with 3 children, very young children. For those of you that have seen some of those pictures online, unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, we cannot share them on here. But when you go online, when you search online, or even when you go to his Instagram, you'll find a photo of him and his wife from 11 days ago. I think that was around June 22nd. Then you will find photos of him with his kids. There are photos of him celebrating the triumph of the Premier League title at Anfield just recently in May, with his family, with his kids, and things of that nature. But so it's really sad news there for Liverpool, for Diego Jota and his family, more importantly, and his wife and kids, losing a father at that very one of the kids is just a baby, toddlers to say the least. So you can only imagine the kind of state this leaves his wife and children in. But unfortunately, that's the nature of life. Bad things happen to good people, and may his soul rest in peace. Diego Jota was born in Porto, Portugal. That was in December 1996. That's when he was born. He started his professional football playing career at a local football club called Pacos de Ferreira before he left, where he left to join Atletico de Madrid in 2016. However, he did go on loan spells to FC Porto in 2016. He went on another loan spell to Wolverhampton Wanderers. That was in 2017 and helped them earn promotion in 2018 from the Championship. And that's when they went on to sign him permanently, and he permanently joined Wolverhampton Wanderers in 2018. But he had initially joined them on loan while they were still in the Championship, and he was quite an integral player as they earned their promotion back to the Premier League. He went on to play for them until 2020 when he joined Liverpool in September, around September 2020. And at Liverpool, he won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. That was in 2022, as well as the Premier League title last season. He won the Premier League title there last season. He was part of that squad. At the Portuguese national team, overall in the Premier League, he made about 190 appearances, scoring 63 goals. That's for both Liverpool and Wolverhampton Wanderers. While at the Portuguese national team, he was capped at least 49 times and won 2 major titles. He was part of the 2019 UEFA Nations League winning side that won the inaugural title of the UEFA Nations League, as they beat up against, I think, Netherlands by 1-0. And also this summer was part of that Portuguese national team that beat up against Spain by 5 goals to 3 on penalties to win their second accolade of the UEFA Nations League. That those penalties proceeded a 2-2 draw in normal time against Spain. They had beaten up against Germany by 2-1 in the semi-finals before reaching the finals of the tournament that was being hosted in Germany. So that's the player. He was an incredibly talented player, although oftentimes his career was troubled by injuries, especially during the course of the Premier League. But every time he came on, you were sure to count on him that he was capable of delivering. So that's the bit of the unfortunate news there that's coming in about the death of Diogo Jota. I wish to send out my sincere condolences to all Liverpool fans, to all the football fraternity, and the entire footballing world at large, in Portugal, in the Premier League, and all across the board, about the sudden passing or tragedy of Diogo Jota. I see somebody called A. Unfortunately, I cannot read your name. Because it's in a language that is not known to me, nor can I even read your comments. But thank you for joining us. We are talking about the passing of Diogo Jota, which is quite really unfortunate for Liverpool and the football fraternity at large. So many messages have come in, of course, to condole with Diogo Jota and his family and things of that nature. We can only say may his soul rest in eternal peace. Like I said, he survived with 3 children. James, I've told you his history coming from Pacos de Ferreira, where he started his footballing career. His brother, whom he died with in the same car accident, was only aged 26 years of age, meaning Diogo Jota was the older brother, only 2 years older than his brother, with whom they were with in the car. Just 11 days ago, was all up in joy as he celebrated his wedding, as he wedded his wife, the mother of his 3 children, and things of that nature. So the news couldn't have come at a more worse time. Not that there is any ideal time to welcome to hear news of death, but it is what it is. He becomes, just not too far back. I think this is about a year ago or so, when we had Mikel Antonio of West Ham United was also involved in a terrible car accident. Fortunately for him, he was able to survive, although he did recollect that he doesn't remember how everything else happened. He does remember being involved in an accident, and but after that he didn't know what else happened. And he has since recovered. He's back in training, trying to get back on his feet. That's Mikel Antonio from West Ham. And then in 2019, you all remember, we lost another football star in Emiliano Sala, the Argentine international, who was destined to join Cardiff City from FC Nantes in a deal that was worth about £15 million. That was in January 2019. He died in a plane crash as he was trying to make his move from France to go and join Cardiff City. That was in 2019. Then in May 2017, we also lost another football player in Ismail Chak Tiote, the Nigerian international who had played for Newcastle. He died at the age of 30. This was while in training with the Chinese side, which he had joined, called Beijing Enterprises. That's where he was playing his football at the time, Ismail Chak Tiote, when he passed on. Then around February 2023, we lost another Ghanaian international in Christian Atsu. This one died while in Turkey, in an earthquake. So may all their souls continue resting in peace. Just to bring you a bit of context and history in regards to some of the tragic deaths we've had when it comes to active football players. So Christian Atsu in February 2023 died, in that terrible earthquake in Turkey. He had previously played for clubs like, Chelsea in the Premier League. So he was a widely known name across. Hello, my big brother. Thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, I do not know how to pronounce your name, so I do not know how to even call it. But thank you for joining us. We are discussing the tragic death of Diogo Jota. That's the Liverpool football star and Portuguese international who has passed on at the age of 28. Then away from Christian Atsu, Christian Atsu, Ismail Chak Tiote, we also did lose in 2003 Cameroonian international Mark Vivian Foe. He also, passed on. He did play for Manchester City. He used to wear jersey number 23, and that jersey number has since been retired. So he had also played in France, and he also played for Canon Yaoundé in his home country. So he's one of the others that also died. He passed on 26th June 2003 in Lyon, France. So there, Mark Vivian Foe. Those are some of the players that have passed on while still playing football. I'm not saying they are the only ones, but at least those are in my personal recent memory. Those are the names that I can highlight for you. Emiliano Sala was in transit to make his move from FC Nantes to Cardiff City, and then that was in January 2019. Then Ismail Chak Tiote was on the training pitch, and apparently he passed on due to heart conditions. I think it was cardiac arrest. So we've seen these kinds of things really happen, unfortunately, in football. Mathematics says I'm over the moon with joy, and I think it's safe to say I might be the happiest person alive at this very moment because eating a big fat glizzy in my birthday suit. Happy birthday to you, Mathematics. Although your message comes in at a very unfortunate time when we are commemorating the death of Liverpool star in Diogo Jota, but happy birthday to you. Unfortunately, that's the nature of life. That as one person celebrates an achievement in life, another is commemorating or commiserating a loss of a loved one or a loss in their own life. So, unfortunately, that's the nature of life. It is both fragile and precious. People live, people die. Unfortunately, the saddest part of it also is that life moves on. Of course, even in the wake of tragedy, there's been people or football fans. I'm not sure they really qualify for football fans that have sort of found banter in this. They've come up with negative comments here and there, even whether you support Liverpool or you don't, because even the biggest of rivals, when moments of this kind of tragedy do come, they put their rivalry aside and commemorate with those or commiserate with those that have lost loved ones. And that's, for example, take Manchester United for an example. We all know they are arch rivals with Liverpool, but they did put out a message, about the passing of Diogo Jota, sympathizing with his family and the Liverpool family as well. So that's the nature of life. So So unfortunately, he has passed on at a very bad time. Not that there would have been any good time for him to pass on, but it's really sad for the world of football. Born on December 4th, 1996, he passes on today, which is in 2025 at only the age of 25. So I can see all messages from Tottenham Hotspurs, Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, all I've seen a post from the Portuguese national team, the entire football fraternity, Manchester City put out a picture of him with Bernardo Silva. Both wear shirt number 20. Bernardo Silva is his fellow countryman at the Portuguese national team. Saying everyone at Manchester City is shocked and saddened to learn about the devastating news regarding the passing of Diogo Jota. So again, may his soul continue to rest in peace. Jamie Carragher, Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher said devastating news about Diogo Jota and his brother Andrea this morning. Thoughts are with everyone of their family and friends, especially his wife Rute and their three lovely kids. So you can imagine, he was only officially wedded 11 days ago. He passes on, leaving his three young little children behind. Like I told you, he did sign for Atletico de Madrid in 2016, but he was loaned out to FC Porto and then to Wolverhampton Wanderers, where things really clicked for him before making the permanent move. So they also put out a message saying Atletico de Madrid is shocked. Is shocked by the tragic news of the passing of former club player Diogo Jota and his brother Andrea. We send our deepest condolences to their family and loved ones. May they rest in peace. Now, to the family of Diogo Jota, you can only imagine if you're a mother, you're a father, your grandparents, for these two, both of your children passing on, in a tragic accident like that. I mean, even if it had been one of them, it doesn't come any easier. That's the unfortunate bit about death, but so unfortunate. AC Milan, all big clubs that at least I do follow across social media have gone ahead to put out, messages. Then fans have gone have started taking flowers outside Anfield to commemorate or to console or condole. Sorry, condole with Diego Jota's family. I can see to Diego Rute and family, all our, okay, it's an RIP message, it's a flower. All those have really gone out, to mark the passing of Diego Jota at the age of 28. So it's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. But like I said, I've given you some of the players that have gone on to pass on, while still playing. So we will keep this one short and close it here. It's a bit of a somber mood in the footballing world, in the footballing fraternity, following the passing of Diogo Jota. Maybe if I can read you, more condolence messages. Of course, Liverpool already raised their flag at half-mast. FC Porto did also put out a message. It's really quite sad. Watford, they put out quite a message. Then Liverpool, this is a statement issued by Liverpool. Liverpool Football Club devastated by the tragic passing of Diogo Jota. The club have been informed the 28-year-old passed away following a road accident in Spain, along with his brother Andrea. Liverpool will be making no further comment at this time and request the privacy of Diogo Jota and Andrea's family, friends, teammates, and club staff is respected as they try to come to terms with the unimaginable loss. We will continue to provide them with us full support. That's according to a statement issued by Liverpool Football Club there, that they will continue to provide them with their full support. That's Diogo Jota. Like I told you, he joined Liverpool in the summer of 2020 during that COVID period of time when he joined them from Liverpool. Then minutes of silence will be held at the Euro 2025 matches for Diogo Jota. I think that's That's before Portugal faced Spain in the Women's Euros tonight. That's the Women's Euro. That's the competition is ongoing. Brighton and Hove, beyond all Premier League clubs, have put out messages, and so many people, journalists, fans, well-wishers, renowned personalities like Piers Morgan, a renowned Arsenal fan, he did say desperately sad news coming out of Spain that Liverpool and Portuguese star Diego Jota, 28, has died along with his brother in a car accident in Zamora. He only got married 2 weeks ago. Heartbreaking. So even online, you will find a lot of pictures, especially on Diego Jota's account, official X handle or Twitter handle, a picture of him and his wife. When they were officially wedded. It was a beautiful wedding. Of course, there's another picture with them and their kids. It's really, really sad. It's really, really sad, for the family and at large. So I think allow me cut this here and wish you, and I don't know if I should wish you a rest of the day, but let's all take care. That's the nature of life. Death comes the same way life comes. There's no better way to put it. There's no easy words to use. There's no easy way to come to terms with that kind of loss. But unfortunately, we will have to live. Each one we will have to live with following the passing of Diego Jota. So have yourselves a good rest of the day. Let's meet in tonight's late broadcast. We will get to speak more about that as in case we have any new information. But I mean, it will remain highlights in the day. So allow me let you off here and wish you a good day. I hope none of you has lost their loved ones. The way Diego Jota has passed on. Bye-bye.